Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be episode 1 of Tested Tuesday palettes. So I decided to start the series off with a Jaclyn Hill Vault palette. This is the Bling Boss palette. So I'm going to show you guys some swatches, what I think of the swatches, and then we will get right into the video. Alright, so this is what the Bling Boss palette looks like. So it has some really pretty confetti around the packaging, and then there's also like purple polka dots all around it. It's super cute, super sleek. It does come with a mirror, and then these are the shades for this palette. I tried to incorporate as many colors as I could. I'd say the only color I didn't use was Pizzazz, which is this color right here. So I'm going to show you some swatches of these eyeshadows and tell you guys what I think about them. So this is what the swatches look like. The shimmers did swatch a lot better than the mattes did. I'm going to let you guys know that right now. As you can see, the mattes were really patchy. They didn't really apply on, and I did double swatch these, so I swiped it once and then I went in again and swiped it twice. The color stayed more so on my fingers than it did on my arm. As you can see, my fingers are just more stained than it is in these swatches. Now, aside from the swatches, I did obviously use this on my eyes, and it went on a lot better than I thought it would. According to the swatches were super patchy. They weren't really the best impression. From what I kind of can see from using it on my eyes, the mattes went on a lot better than the shimmers did. The shimmers were kind of harder. I'd say probably try using a wet brush, and maybe the shimmers would pop a little bit more with the brushes. But it did blend out pretty nicely, but I don't know, this palette is kind of iffy. I still want to give it a few more tries before I can put some final thoughts into it. But other than that, this palette is okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would probably give this palette a 6. So that's it for this review. I am going to jump right into this eye look. So let's see how I created this look. So I already primed my lids with the Urban Decay Primer Potion. I'm just going to jump right into the palette and create some type of look. So I'm going to first take the shade Hush Hush, because that's the only neutral shade they have, and use that to set my lids. Take that and apply it all over my eyes. Now that that shade is all over my lids, I'm going to be taking Sparks and applying that into the crease. There's not really a good transition shade in this palette, so we are just going to rock with it. See what I can do, see what I can pull off. Next, I'm going to be taking the shade Mystique and applying that into the outer corners and focus it also into the crease. And when I say the crease, I'm going to focus it like really close in between. And as you can see, I'm kind of just patting it in to my eyes. I'm not dragging it or anything. I'm taking a little bit of product as I go because I don't want such a harsh color. I want to kind of build it up to what I like. Next, going in with a clean blending brush, I'm just going to blend the colors together just so there's no harsh lines. I'm using both techniques to blend, both circular and both windshield wipers. Now I'm going to be taking the shade Jam and applying that all over the lid. I'm finding this color just kind of really hard to build up and really hard to pack onto the lids. I have to keep dipping in just to keep its full intensity, or else this color is really going to just kind of fade away. Like, I have to go in do it this eye one more time just because it's not the intensity I was hoping it would be. Okay, so to kind of blend away the harsh lines, I'm going to be mixing Sparks and Rockstar together, and I'm going to kind of blend where that purple was, just so there's no harsh lines whatsoever. I'm going really light-handed with this as well because I don't want this color to overpower that purple. I want it to stay kind of light in the crease. Okay, so I feel like the outer corners aren't dark enough, so I'm actually going to be taking Berry Treasure. I know it's more of a light shade, but that's the only thing I have in this palette that will really darken up this look. So I'm just gonna really tap it into the outer corners and slowly build it up. And that is literally what I needed. I just needed a little bit more darkness into, and then with that same brush going back into Mystic, I'm going to blend out the edges just to keep that Mystic color there. And then back in with that clean blending brush. Blend, blend, blend. And I'm only going to be blending in the outer portion because I don't want to drag that dark color all the way. Oh. And then back in with Jam just to deepen up that purple one more time because it kind of faded with all the blending. The next color I'm going to be taking is Ballsy, and I'm going to apply that right in the center really lightly just to add a little pop. It's not really a halo effect that I'm doing, it's just going to add a little pop of highlight into the center of my eyes. Then the last shade I'm going in with is Bling Bling, and I'm going to take that very lightly because it's a little bit darker for my skin tone, and I'm going to apply that to the brow bone just to highlight. Okay, so before we finish off the eyes, I am going to just pop on some mascara, some lashes, a wing liner, do my face, and then we will come right back and finish off this look. Okay, so I finished my face, did my lashes and liner. So now we're just gonna finish off the bottom lash. So I'm just gonna be taking the same blending brush that I've pretty much been using this whole time. And I'm going to be taking Sparks and Rockstar, mix those two together again, and applying that all over the bottom lashes. Then taking Berry Treasure again, or whatever is left over that was on that brush, and I'm really going to focus that closer to the waterline. I don't want it to take over the other two colors that I just used. Then the last step, I'm going to be taking Glitz and Glam and applying that into the inner corners. Okay, so to finish off this look, I'm just going to be taking these two MAC lipsticks in the shade Whirl and in the shade Blinkety. I've had these for a really long time, but I'm just going to be taking Whirl all over my lips and then adding Blinkety into the center. Okay, so this concludes today's look. I hope you guys really liked it. Let me know down below if you like these series and which palette you guys would like me to try next. Again, I will leave the palettes down in the description for you guys to pick for me. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!